not Shrek! I don't know if this makes any sense. Shrek is an ogre and he's supposed to be ugly, but he's ugly and he didn't used to be ugly. Does that make sense? Bro, that don't even look like Shrek. It looks the same. You're off your rocker, Mom. You done lost your mind. Yo, link me old Shrek. I gotta do a comparison right now. No, bro, this looks like cursed Shrek.
So it's been a few days since the release of the announcement trailer for Shrek 5, and it has gotten the internet talking a lot. And it's gotten a lot of people talking, mainly due to the fact that there is something very major that has happened with this movie, and that is the redesigns for Shrek, Donkey, and Fiona. But mainly Shrek, because that's pretty much the talk of the town, and this is what's getting people talking. Some good takes, and a lot of others not so great. But we're going to get into that in this video. But before I do all that, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, because you're not going to regret doing so. Because if you don't do that, you're not going to get this banger content. So go ahead and do your due diligence, and just get that out of the way. Alright, back to the video. Now, to go over my personal thoughts, before I go into anyone else's thoughts on this recent announcement trailer, yeah, I don't like these redesigns at all. I don't think they're great. I think they're completely unnecessary, especially Shrek's being probably the biggest change. Or actually, his is not even necessarily the biggest change. I think Donkey's is probably the biggest change out of anybody's, but overall, I don't like these redesigns. They kind of look cheap in my honest opinion. This looks like Shrek from Tubi. I don't like it. Everybody's like making these excuses that, oh no, they made the animations a lot smoother. This is supposed to be better, right? Yeah, no, go fuck yourself. Y'all don't know anything. Y'all are a bunch of midwits, which I'll get into one particular midwit later in this video, or midwits, I should say. And when I honestly saw like the first look for this teaser, I saw a screenshot first before I even like saw the teaser itself, and I thought it was like fan made or like maybe AI generated. And I know I honestly hate using the term AI generated because that's what every midwit uses these days as like some form of criticism. But in this case, it actually looked like that. I thought somebody was just making this as a joke or like posting this pic as a joke. And then when I saw, I was like, no fucking way they went this route. There is no way that everything is so downgraded now from the original look. And if you remember from the original look, at least from the first movie and so on, it had that sort of semi-realistic look, almost uncanny valley look that really made that film's identity or the film's identity altogether. And then that's that sort of art style that people like now resonate with. Like that's what they're familiar with. And then you drop this teaser where it's like we're completely leaving that behind. We're going with this like quote unquote smoother animation style, or like an animation style that looks very Disneyfied, if you want to put it that way, or just it looks kind of like Despicable Me's animation style, which I don't mind that for Despicable Me because it's Despicable Me. This is Shrek. Shrek has its own distinct identity, and once you strip that identity away, well, it's really no longer Shrek. And this teaser pretty much embodies that. I mean, you look at Shrek's design, I see all these excuses saying that, you know, they're trying to make Shrek look older. That's why he has like all these wrinkles and stuff. But it's like, I'm not really seeing that. He looks like a lot softer in my opinion. Like he has a more soft look. Now I understand like if they wanted to go the route that like, you know, they want to make him older because some time has passed since the last Shrek movie, because you see his daughter Felicia here, who doesn't really look like Felicia based on our previous look at her when, you know, she was a baby and she had blue eyes. But never mind that. No, going back to Shrek, he doesn't really look like his original self. And even if they wanted to go the route that like, you know, he's aged up or whatever, time has passed, they literally could have kept the other design and like add a few more wrinkles, maybe a few gray hairs here and there. But this change is just so unnecessary. And another unnecessary change is Donkey's look. Holy shit, what did they do with him? He looks like Marty from Madagascar. Like that's what he looks like. It just, it's so sauceless, so auraless. It's completely lacking that original identity that made the original movies, that distinct art style. Because, I mean, there's a reason for that art style, because it was basically a parody of a lot of animation movies back in the day, especially from the Disney era of animation movies, or animated movies, I should say. But yeah, it's like we're completely stripping that away, and a lot of people are downright mad about this, and rightfully so, because this resonates with a lot of people. People grew up with these movies, and they have a connection or a point of reference, which I see a lot of midwits online who just simply don't get this point. They're asking like, oh, what's the big deal? Y'all are grown-ass adults. Why do you care about how the animation style looks? It's like, okay, you know what? I don't know if you really think this far ahead, which I know you don't, but a lot of kids these days, they need something great, especially animated movies for that matter, because, you know, I grew up with great animated movies back in the day and animated shows, and a lot of kids these days are getting less than that, and they don't deserve that. They deserve something great, and we owe it to them to make something better than what we had. Because if we had something great like Shrek back in the day, you know, like the original movies, I think we owe it to the newer generations to have something just as great or even better. But a lot of that point seems to go over people's heads. They don't think that far ahead. They're very selfish with their mentality. It's just like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Just get over it. Just be happy that you're getting another Shrek movie. It's like, dude, go fuck yourself. You're missing the entire point. Just stop watching movies altogether. Just stop watching anything altogether. Get off the internet. It's clearly not for everyone, and you can't even, you know, do basic research into these things because you don't care and you don't have a point of reference, which I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But to wrap up my overall thoughts on my initial impressions of this teaser reveal or whatever you want to call it, yeah, this change is completely unnecessary, or changes are completely unnecessary. I hope they revert back to the original art style, or at least use the similar character models, because this is just not cutting it. I know they have a full year until the film's release. I hope they make the necessary changes. I hope Illumination Studios makes the right call. They do the right thing and just revert back to the original style. And honestly, I hope there's a similar reaction to this, or like how people reacted to the first Sonic trailer reveal, and Paramount finally made the decision to change up the art style to make it look very much similar to that of Sonic the Hedgehog. I hope something like this happens with this movie. And I know there's a lot of people out there saying like, this is not the same thing as that. It is nothing like that. And it's like, actually, it kind of is. And again, no point of reference. So shut your mouth. Don't ever talk to me again. And yeah, that's that. But yeah, I hope Illumination makes the right decision. Okay. I hope my Italian blood, the CEO of Illumination, makes the right call with this, and just, you know, just give the fans what they want. Give us the original design. Give it back its identity, because this newer animation style, it's just not cutting it. And lastly, with this teaser, yeah, Zendaya of all people, of course, because we have to cast her in everything these days. That's just like a new role in Hollywood. If you want to, you know, revive something very beloved by people and many fans all over the world, you got to bring Zendaya into the mix, because why not? But not to delve too much into Zendaya, because I don't really care to. I want to go over some reactions, or a reaction I saw, like a very midwit level take, and it was from this podcast group called Double Toasted. I came across this particular clip on Twitter because this one individual said, "Leave it to Double Toasted to be the ones to actually have common sense when it comes to reacting to Shrek 5's character designs." Well, if that be the case, let's go ahead and give a listen to this common sense being displayed on this wonderful podcast.
Animation looks better.
Exactly right. The animation, y'all, when did Shrek come out?
Oh, geez. What's that, 19...
19. Not 20-something.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah.
It came out in 19-something.
Yeah, 19-something, yeah.
Y'all know.
Yeah, no. See, we're already off to a great start, because these little midwits right here can't even do basic research as to when a movie was released. Hey, guys, the answer you were looking for was 2001. And mind you, these guys have laptops, so they easily could have looked this shit up, but they didn't.
Y'all know that.
And the animation on that first movie, it seemed like less than Pixar at the time, but you go back and look at it, it looks terrible.
People.
Yeah, that's just a bold-faced lie. And you're using a clip here from like an early trailer from that movie. If you actually take a look at the clip itself, it actually holds up very well today. And mind you, again, if these guys did any research, the first Shrek film actually won an Oscar, and it actually helped redefine what kids animation was at the time. It actually helped redefine kids animation, period. But if you haven't guessed already by these individuals alone, there's a certain pattern you're going to see throughout this video where they're just being completely dishonest altogether.
People, we are talking over 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And people talking about, no, that ain't my Shrek.
Oh, seriously?
I want that old-fashioned Shrek from 1990, whatever the
Yeah, 2001, but that's besides the point. So basically, you're complaining about people that want a Shrek that's recognizable. Interesting.
Some people is, boy, y'all, this is what got me a little riled up.
Okay.
Boy, people's nostalgia and attachment to things, that it really does puzzle me sometimes. It pisses me off sometimes.
Yeah, he's only puzzled and pissed off because he has actually no real connection to it. That's why he's pissed off about it. He has no real point of reference, and he completely antagonizes those that do.
Well, the animation in the movies kept getting better with each one. By the time you got to Puss in Boots, it looked really smooth and cool.
So
Okay, but the movies were actually a little bit more refined, and the character designs ultimately didn't change. That's the difference here, and that's what these guys don't understand. Same deal with like Toy Story, for example. The animation for those characters, it was like a lot more refined and smoother as the films progressed, but the character designs themselves didn't effectively change.
Cool.
so there are people out there. This is the problem.
Are you going to say normies like yourself? Because I would agree.
Some people just don't like change.
Yeah, they don't like unnecessary changes. Is that like some difficult concept that you normies just can't seem to grasp? Seems to be that way.
No matter what.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, they have been slightly changing Shrek, but y'all ain't seen Shrek for a while.
Right,
and
right,
now
right.
y'all got some kind of goddamn culture shock looking at this over here.
Oh my God.
People, and this is what really gets me. Listen, if you want to complain and say, oh, you know, y'all are kind of trying to lean towards the Pixar, Disney, DreamWorks kind of look, even then, I'm going to kind of I'm going to look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah, that's that same look I give when I hear normies like yourself give such uncultured swine takes. Just absolutely abysmal. You have no point of reference, no real connection, just normie brain dead takes.
But there's some people out there who got the nerve, Martin, to talk about, oh my God, man, y'all gone the Sonic route.
Oh, come on.
Get the out of here with that. Now y'all know good and goddamn well that don't look like no Sonic right there, all right?
Not at all.
You know that Shrek. Shrek don't look nothing like this monstrosity, this mutant right here.
No.
Actually, it is, because they both look unrecognizable from the original source material. That's the point of the comparison.
But Shrek, it looks the same. It's just smoother.
Yet, people things gonna change.
And normies going normie. And that's going to do it for my analysis over that amazing common sense. I hope you guys got your dosage of common sense for the day over a movie that's, is very well beloved by many people across the world. And I hope you just love common sense from people that just have no real connection to the source material, no real connection to anything, but we just have to hear their brain dead takes all the time because everybody has a podcast these days, even though I think you should have a license to have a podcast because there's too many midwits out there who think their opinion is worth any sort of value. But as we've seen from that video alone, that's clearly not the case. And honestly, I just wanted to share that video because it pretty much highlights everything I'm talking about with these brain dead normie takes or just normies in general that I've been seeing online pertaining to the Shrek 5 teaser. I can't stand that normie mentality of, oh, why can't you let people enjoy things? Oh, why do y'all complain so much? Why do you care this much about something that you loved many years ago? Y'all are grown-ass adults. You shouldn't care this much. And it's like, okay, I love how we can't see the forest from the trees pertaining to something like this. I'm just really tired of this excuse for mediocrity all the time. I hate this idea that, hey, just be happy that you're getting something that you like, even though we're not really getting anything great in terms of like the animation itself or just this overall style for this particular teaser. But that kind of pertains to like almost everything nowadays, especially with like a lot of movies you see. You just see so many people left and right just excuse mediocrity at all costs. And it's really getting on my nerves. That needs to change. I want better content for the future, especially for future generations, to have something to connect with, to have something like a point of reference, essentially, clearly something those guys didn't have, and many other people online just clearly have no point of reference, no real connection to anything. And I'm tired of people like myself and many others who are just tired of getting shamed for having these sort of connections or this sort of point of reference to, our childhoods, something, very beloved that we grew up with. I want future generations to have that. And that's the main point I want to get across before I conclude this video. I want something better for the future generations. We deserve better. We've shown we can have greatness. Let's keep it great. Okay. No more mediocrity. Just stop excusing that shit. Let's have greatness. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. What did you guys think of the Shrek 5 teaser? Did you like it? Did you not? Do you agree with the many points I established? Do you think Illumination Studios will make the right decision and revert back to the original character designs or make it true to that nature? Or do you actually just like these new designs? Like, why do you like it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious. But no, that's going to do it for this video, you guys. If you haven't checked out my many other amazing videos, go ahead and do so while you have the time, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now.